Welcome, everybody, to Greek to Us podcast, our first episode with your hosts, Anita Adamu.
And Mantha Balurdu.
We're going to be exploring the intricacies of being an immigrant in the Hollywood show business.
And our journey to self-actualization.
Yes, Mantha. I'm
Anita.
so excited.
I'm so attached to you. Should I move?
Yes, I think go to your throne and we can start.
Just send me to my throne. What does this mean?
Because you're
Let me
queen.
see how the throne feels. I'm kidding.
I'm sure it feels great. Montham,
Anita.
I'm really happy to be doing this with you. I'm very excited. It's
too.
been, we've been working on it for a while. We overcame the obstacles, our fears, and here we are. We're doing it.
Yes. Well, I haven't overcome any fear or obstacle, but at least we moved out of the apartment to a studio.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
a step forward.
That's a big move. That's the
And
move.
we're recording this, so hopefully this is gonna go
Air. Yeah.
somewhere.
It will. It will, I'm sure. Okay, let's start, Mantha. Let's share a little bit, if you like, what brought us here in LA to Hollywood. Why are we here? Anything you want to share about that?
Well, I think what brought me here was following my impulses. I'm always very impulsive, and when just the idea comes to my head, I implement it, which sometimes is dangerous, but some other times is very beautiful because, well, I could have stayed in Greece, have a family. I would be working in the bank.
Like our parents
I'm
would
kidding.
love to.
But instead, I have these adventurous experiences. Well, I came here to be an actor, of course, and I am. I perform every day.
Yes. Perform.
It's a journey, This is part of our journey. And how about you, Anita?
Yeah, me, same thing pretty much. My heart, my inner calling, which I was suppressing for quite a while until I couldn't anymore because it's agonizing to suppress what your heart wants. So I left everything behind and followed my inner guidance. And yes, also, I wanted to be an actor here. So yeah, I came to expand my horizons as well, to feel more free, to rediscover myself. Yeah.
Do you feel more free?
Yeah, I do actually. I do, because sometimes, it's a lot to expectations from family, from society, people around you, especially when they're thinking very differently. So here I felt that at least I was by myself, and I was listening to my own voice and not getting confused by other people's voices or opinions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Independence, right?
Independence. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we also met in acting school, which is very interesting. And then we met by accident here in
Yes.
Malibu outside a Greek restaurant.
Yes.
So our paths connected in that sense, I guess.
Yes. Yes.
We both believe in destiny. So it was destined for us to be here together right now. We also had the same acting coach.
Yes, we did. And you came here first. You were the first to come to pave the way. And although we weren't really friends in Greece, were just taking the same acting class.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah.
I didn't go to this acting class many times.
Yeah.
I went maybe twice, I think.
Yes, Mia was going for a long time. Yeah, that's why. But we did go to a workshop together on a Greek island.
That was
That
an
was an
experience.
experience.
We recommend workshops in the Greek
Islands.
islands near the volcanoes.
Near the volcano, because it was one of the islands, not Santorini, but another Greek island,
Nisiros. Right?
Nisiros, that has a volcano. So it's the energy is pretty intense. It was a very interesting workshop and experience. But yeah, we weren't really talking back then. We had a different group of friends. And then one day here, after I think a few years or
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember your socks.
I know,
Because that's
yeah.
why I talked to you. Like,
Yeah.
nice socks.
Yeah. I was wearing like below the knee, like
know.
little.
But they weren't so popular then.
Yeah,
No
back
one was
then they weren't that popular. Yeah.
It's been a very interesting relationship we developed since friendship, of course,
Yeah.
because we had our ups and downs, and we finally decided to do something creative out of it.
Yeah.
We both miss home in a different way, everyone, of course, but there are things of
Yeah.
the good part, the-
Yeah, definitely. A lot of things connect us, and although we might seem different, we have many things in common and very like different, but also similar paths. We all are, as you said, our paths kind of like met, although from different ways. We ended up to the same spot, kind of thing.
But okay, let's not talk more about us.
Yeah. Yeah. So what do you think are the biggest challenges that you faced here or we faced?
Well, did you hear my stomach?
You're
It
hungry
just
because you didn't
responded.
eat.
Hunger. I'm always hungry.
Yeah.
Now my mom, well, she doesn't understand English, but if she heard that, she would be, you don't eat.
Yeah, my
No,
mom too.
I don't eat very well. It's just the food in Greece is all about connection, friends, family. The prices are not so high. Everybody shares, That what like triggered me the most when I first moved here was the people will eat without offering.
Yes,
Like,
that's
what is
always
this?
triggering to
Someone
me too.
really rich is sitting next to you. They're having their own dinner, and they just like smile. We don't have money at all in Greece. We will like empty our entire shelves to give whatever we have to the other person.
Yeah.
Well, but I don't want to judge, of course, because it's my choice to be here. I love the American culture. I understand people have to be more self-centered because of the competition, the hard work, the all kinds of immigrants they have. They are more protective towards themselves.
Yeah.
They know how to make money. In a way, we don't.
Yeah.
So I understood in the meantime why that happens. You cannot behave this way here, like in Greece, because you will not be able to survive. But yeah, that triggered me a lot, together with a difference between the rich and the poor and the homeless. Like had a huge like the images were very edgy, like from like a lot of wealth to
Yeah.
a lot of
the
poverty.
extremes,
Like
yeah.
of course there are homeless people in Greece, but I like here you see one day a person like sitting on this chair being well dressed, and the next day you might see them in
Yeah.
the corner on the street. It's not funny, but
Yeah.
I learned how to laugh in order to survive.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah, for sure. Homelessness was the first thing that it was really surprising to me because LA, I think it's the richest city in the world. So I couldn't believe how that big of a difference and how so many people were homeless. Because when I landed here, I was staying at a hotel in Hollywood Boulevard, close to the Walk of Fame. And yes, we always see this place in Hollywood in movies in a certain way. And then when I got here and I saw their reality and all the homeless people, and actually it felt like dangerous and scary, I couldn't believe it. And I remember also like a friend of mine had a YouTube channel back then, and we were kind of taking interviews of the homeless people. Anyways, I'm also very sensitive with homelessness. But yeah, for me, one of the biggest challenges is being here without feeling the love and, the support from your family and from your friends. But I guess for my personal journey, I needed that solitude. But definitely, even in your body, you feel the lack of, love and support, because I feel love makes you stronger. Having people around you to, love you unconditionally and all that is very important. And I feel also LA is a little bit isolating. So it's hard to, everybody lives far in their cars. I've lived in New York, and that was a different experience because you see more people, you meet more people, but LA is more isolating. So I would say that because I value friendship and, connection as well, that was one of the hardest things for me. And definitely the difference of culture, some type of like discrimination or racism that you can encounter in the business.
Yeah. The racism is one thing that like really gets me sometimes. I hadn't realized it until after a lot of therapy. At some point, I'm like, I'm being discriminated. Like,
Yeah.
it's intense. Like, it's not just about being black or white.
Yeah.
It's just a general phenomenon like that is very popular and very hidden.
Yeah.
Many people, for example, discriminate accents, which I didn't want to change because I believe it's part of who I am, and something I want to maintain is my personal identity. Well, someone would say, why did you come to America then to speak Greek? But no, I can speak English with a Greek accent, so I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't have the same experiences another person has to be able to speak like they speak. I can try and fake or learn some techniques, but whatever comes from my heart is this sound,
Yeah.
Anyway, what about the relationships that you talked about, like the friendships or the romantic relationships? Do you think those are do you have easy access to people? Is this challenging for you? Because also, I'm not a dating app person or like friendship app. You know what I mean? I am like walking on the street, I meet someone, I talk, I make friends. So I also had that issue, like with the relationships. Like, or I meet someone I like, I'm not gonna go to my app the next day to see the next person to replace them. I felt like a little bit replaceable. Or that the relationships were not that strong or real, like, to value you as an individual. Either friendships or romantic relationships, I don't differentiate them.
Yeah. Yeah, it's. I think there's this mentality that because there are a lot of people here and you meet a lot of people, that you have a lot of options, and you want to keep your options open. And I don't agree either with that because I'm a person that connects deeply and values friendship deeply and connection, romantic, platonic. Um, for me, because I had long term relationships and I needed to focus on myself for a long time, it wasn't. I think today I can clearly see that it wasn't my main focus. My main focus was to heal myself and rediscover myself that I had lost. Um, but it's definitely a very difficult place, LA, to make friendships or relationships because everybody's focused on themselves. Everybody's here for a reason to succeed, to pursue their dreams. So that makes it harder. And the older you get, people have their stronger personalities and opinions, and it gets a little bit more tricky. But I think at the end of the day, the people that you're meant to have in your life are going to be in your life.
Yeah.
Whoever can meet you where
Yes.
you are. So, how about you in relation to relationships and friendships?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I ended up like thinking that yes, whoever is meant to be in your life, whatever is real will always remain. We will have a lot of acquaintances, but a few true friendships or romantic partnerships,
Yeah.
and these are the ones that stay over the years. But uh, I wish people were sometimes more open,
Mm-hmm.
less racism. Would be the ideal.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I am trying to work on myself on that
Yeah.
subject, the
Yeah.
racism. I hope
Yeah.
I will not be doing to others what has been
Yeah.
done to me. But yes, I
Yeah.
think it gets better with time,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, and I think me and you were people that don't necessarily hang out just with people that look like us, or they have the same, like, I don't know, looks or style, or, we like very different and diverse kind of people,
Yeah.
and we don't judge people from their looks or if they're trendy or cool or,
Yeah.
you
Or
know,
what they do,
or
how
what
much
they
money they
do.
have.
Yeah, we're just not built like that. We just go for the soul connection, I think.
Yeah, I always like stick with the weird. Just,
Yeah,
like,
me too.
how some people like, okay, some women are like, okay, he has a lot of money in his bank account, I will go there. I'm like, who is the poorest here? I'm
Yeah.
gonna go there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, me also, I think I had also a lot of judgment from like society, from family. So I was more judgmental of people. It is something that I improved in myself. And when I became more open and less judgmental, I was able to connect with more people. So I'm not always, blaming it on
Yeah.
others. I also opened up. I healed myself because, when we judge others, we're just judging a part of ourselves,
For sure.
or they're reflecting back to us what do we need to work within. So I think I did that, and now I'm much better. I have more people in my life, and everybody, has. There are some people that you do certain things together, and some others that you do other things together. You don't have to do everything with everybody. You know what I mean?
No, you can
Yeah.
sleep with one person, have dinner with a different drink with another. That's my routine.
But I want to ask you something else about how you balanced the part of being an artist and making a living
I did
here.
not.
Yeah. We haven't
That's
felt
imbalance.
balance.
That's not well balanced. The
Yeah.
artist is always there, telling me, "Don't pay your bills." But this is a balance that is hard to find, inside of myself. I don't know how other people do it, but like I have grown up having everything I want to be an artist, and all of a sudden to have to survive on my own was like, okay, I haven't found that balance yet. Again, I tried through like meditation, visualization, or therapy, yoga, boxing, instead of punching them. I punch the bag. It's next door. But
Yeah, your boxing studio.
yeah, I don't know about
Yeah.
that one. And you?
Me, yeah, it's been a very tough thing to balance for sure, and something that makes you feel a little smaller in the sense, not that I judge those jobs because they're valid jobs and people do them and they're also, a lot of them love them. Me personally, also, I come from a little bit more privileged background where I didn't have to do more like jobs like that. So it was tough, but it was also very eye opening. It was humbling, and it helped me learn so many things and become a better person. But it's tough to, work hard, have to worry about, paying your bills, and then also pursue your acting career. And I think the artist needs to have peace of mind, needs to be, to be able to create, you need to have a lot of energy. You need to have peace of mind, not be stressed, not have to worry about, also your how you're gonna stay in this country, and all that. And I had a lot of resentment and a lot of negativity about it until I let that go, and I'm actually now kind of enjoying what I'm doing for as long as I have to do it. So I've accepted it, and then trying to be more of myself as an artist.
Yeah. I feel like the part of the brain that, what is the one that has to do with logic, the right or the left? I don't know.
Yeah.
There is one part of the brain
Yeah,
that has
yeah.
to do with logic, and the other one is
Yeah.
the emotional.
Yeah.
I think my part of the brain that has to do with emotions is stronger than the other one.
Yeah.
Well, the one thing I do when I go to a regular job is I try to suppress that part of the brain, which afterwards takes a while out of me to bring it out again. One thing that helps me is to differentiate myself from what I do, because I know it's part of the process. It's a means to an end and not who I am. And I am trying to improve the authenticity of myself so I can truly, do the things I only enjoy to do. Because, okay, I have been spoiled, but I'm not a millionaire. So
Yeah.
I have to make my living, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah, it's definitely part of our journey also to see how people do it and how people suffer and how
Yes.
can we also help when we can. But also, yes, to tap in the part of ourselves where we manifest the abundance and the life of our dreams. Um,
Can I ask you
Yeah.
something? What would you say to another immigrant from Greece, from France, from London, I don't know, that would like to come to the United States, to Hollywood actually, not to the United States, because Hollywood is a different
Yes,
story.
definitely.
What advice would you give?
Yeah. So the first thing, a lot of people over the years have reached out from Greece to ask me things, to give them my opinion, my guidance, advice. I think if it's somebody's true calling to be here, they should follow that, as I did and as you did. But they have to be really strong and have a lot of courage and faith and patience, like a lot of patience, because it takes a lot of time. And yeah, it has to be the thing that they want the most, their lives, their true calling. Otherwise, they're not going to be able to stay. And yeah.
Yeah. What made
Yeah.
you stay? These things, courage,
Me,
strength.
I think always listening to my heart and my like divine guidance from God, source, spirit, however you want to call it, and having faith that I deserve to have all the things that I believe that are meant for me, that I'm truly worthy and deserving of living the life of my dreams. Have that unshakable faith in my abilities and who I am, and then keep going when everything is against you. Just keep going.
What
Yeah,
is a
you
more practical advice
more practical in helping me stay.
that you would give to someone that
Yeah.
you
That
know?
wants to come here. Yeah, more practical advice would be, for example, if it helps if people have savings and they can come here and spend some time figuring
Out.
out how they can stay. It's hard to stay also immigration wise, and have a plan. Have like
So
kind of
savings.
yeah,
Is one
savings
thing.
is it's a good
Yeah.
way to go. And then just have some strategy or a way to go about things, which I didn't really. So I don't know. I think advice sometimes is kind of a tricky and dangerous thing, because I might tell you something that happened to me, or it might not help you because you have a completely different path and journey. But from my own experience, that's what I would recommend. How about you? What would you tell
Yeah, I think
people?
when someone asked me, the first thing I said, at least have 50,000 to start with that you are willing to lose, to spend, to figure things out, because you have to find the apartment until you find a new job. Like the main expenses per month are like an amount of money that can not be the same like in your country or in your state.
Yeah.
I don't know the other states of but I know I also meet people from a different state that come here and they have the same experience. It's like the most
Yes.
expensive city in the world.
Yes.
And yeah, the money is a thing that is real, because we don't go through this period of time that you can stay in your car and starve and make it from there. That's an illusion. That fairy tale, I think, should be withdrawn from these stories, because you can die the same day. The financial part, I think it's not, of course, the reason that brings you or keeps you here, but it's an external factor that we should all like consider. It plays an important role, especially nowadays that a lot of the rich people move out of the country.
Yeah.
And I think all the things you said, like to be very emotionally tough in the situations that you might like not know who you are.
Yeah. And I think it helps to have a practice of sorts. Like people do therapy. I was doing
Yeah.
a lot of yoga. I've done a lot of things to maintain my sanity and my balance, and to also heal myself from whatever traumas I was holding on to. And yeah, it helps to have a system of support, whatever that is for you. It might be, I don't know, plant medicine or therapy. anything that works.
Yeah.
A
Martial
teacher, a
arts,
coach,
dance.
yeah, a guru,
Yeah.
a shaman. I had all
Somewhere
of
where,
these.
where you find your center.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
It's easy to get out of yourself because
Yeah,
whatever you see around is a lot sometimes. Like,
yeah.
can be
Can be
overwhelming,
overwhelming.
especially the successful and the wealthy are like, sometimes it's a lot, you know, like you're like, okay, I'm here, there. And you
Yeah.
have to know who you are inside to not let this take away from you,
Yeah.
whatever your soul, whatever it is that keeps you going.
Yeah, you not get triggered.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, if I don't have the extensions that cost $10,000 and the thing that goes together so it can look like the small, but this whole thing might be costing
Yeah.
1 million to maintain or to
Yeah.
fix. Okay,
Yeah.
and who am I if I don't have this car? And you know.
Yeah.
But yes, you are someone
Yeah.
very important. You will realize
Yeah.
if
Yeah, you cannot let those external things define who you are at your core.
yeah.
Yeah, and I want to say in support of LA because there are a lot of superficial things that people think about LA that it's this superficial place, which I don't agree at all. I've met the deepest people here. I've met my soul family. There's a big spiritual community. And I've gone really deep on my personal spiritual journey. So, you know, it's always a polarities in life wherever like the most superficial is also the deepest is. So
Yes.
it's a place where you can find
can be,
both,
not always,
and it's good for your expansion and growth as a human being. But you have to have some type of foundation and discipline so you don't get distracted by all the distractions, like because there's a lot of substances around, there's a lot of things that can distract you from your path, which is okay, whatever people we all need to go through, but just not get destroyed or lose your light or your faith in yourself.
Or your purpose, right?
Or you're exactly, because I believe we have an inner purpose and an outer purpose. The inner purpose to me is more important, but your soul's journey and then the outer purpose is not going to be as fulfilling, but it's also important on this earth plane. But we are humans, but with a body here, but what we truly are is souls. So you have to keep the balance and nurture both. Yeah. What kept you here, Mantha, all these years?
Mother Mary.
Yes.
When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me speaking words of wisdom. Let it be.
Yeah.
This song is also my prayer.
And
It's connected to my mother. Her name is Maria. And she's been my biggest supporter. She saves me every moment that I was going to fail until recently. And she's the one that taught me faith since I was a child. When I didn't want to talk because I was severely traumatized, my voice wouldn't come out of my mouth. She believed I can talk. And until now, she's my biggest strength. And I know she will always be, even when she will not be here, because she taught me faith that I find inside me. And I want to thank her. I love you, Mom. I will say it in everything I do, everywhere I go for the rest of my life. It took me a while because there was always the battle between the mother and the daughter. And she did a lot for me to be able to survive and be alive and be having food and home. She sacrificed herself in many different ways. And at the beginning, I misunderstood. But after this experience, I understood her real value and the role she played on my life. And it's something that, like, I think it will always save me, her thought, Of course, I am her extension, and she helped me find my own strength. That is why I'm here. But yeah, I'm not gonna disregard the help I've gotten. There is nothing that I can compare or explain or describe. I haven't been a mother, but the strength of a mother and what someone can do for a child to survive, like, I have goosebumps.
Yeah.
I remember there was an incident in Greece where there was a huge earthquake, and there was someone that got buried, a mother with an infant, when a building collapsed, and the child survived because she cut her finger and she was giving the infant to the blood to feed it. And I'm like, yeah, that's what my mother has also done.
Yeah.
Not like
Yeah.
that, but
Yeah.
I think she gave me her blood, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's so funny that you mentioned that today, because I was thinking of the same thing today for some reason. The strength of the mother and what a mom could do with her for her child. Of course, like die or kill for her child to protect. And I was thinking, because I'm not a mother either, but for some reason I have a godson in Greece that I always felt he's like my son. And I always felt so protective of him. And I don't know, that came to my mind today, what a mother can do.
Maybe you saw my post about my mother.
I
Maybe it
didn't. I saw it
inspired.
a few minutes ago and I liked it. And I love your mom. I recently met her. And
Well, both
we
of our
had-
moms came together to visit, right?
Yeah,
Almost.
yeah, almost together.
They
a
tried,
week
but
apart.
the same time with
Yeah.
a week difference.
And yeah, and we chose those mothers, that we have for the specific
Definitely.
experience. I've always had a very tricky relationship with my mom. She's a very strong woman from Sparta, from Greece, very tough. But I know her unconditional love for sure. But she's been my biggest challenge in life. But I've done the work needed to, have remove all the bad things and keep the good, and I have now a beautiful connection and relationship.
Not to forget about the father, of course.
Yeah.
Because my father is the other half of my mother. It goes together. It's
Yeah.
just like he gives her the grace and she performs. She's more of an extrovert, but I'm not. I mean, that could be another whole podcast about
Yeah.
mothers and fathers.
Yeah.
Mother Day is coming soon, by the way.
Oh yeah, right.
Mother's
when is
Day
it?
is-
Is it next Sunday?
It's in May.
In
right?
May? Okay, it's coming up.
But I don't know which Sunday. Is it the first Sunday? of-
Probably. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
also Greek Easter holidays coming.
Uh-huh.
So
Well, I am happy we had this experience finally, and we
Yeah.
are one step ahead now.
yes, me
from
too.
from recording the podcast to our apartments.
Yes,
We went to the
rehearsing.
studio.
Yeah, we
Hopefully, we're gonna upload it now.
yes, hopefully we're gonna put it out there and be vulnerable and expose ourselves. And
I
no,
know.
I'm really no, I'm also happy that we had a little bit of an outline for it, but we went with our more spontaneous, like improvising and just being ourselves and whatever comes out without many filters. So It was a pleasure, Mantha.
Now we're gonna have a Greek party, right?
Now we're gonna have a Greek party.
So it's time to buy some spanakopita from
Yes, some tzatziki. I had some kind of
and some moussaka.
kebab. Yeah. We need to go to the Greek bouzouki as well soon.
Yeah, that we need that one night.
Yeah, we have to.
But people don't know what bouzouki is.
Yeah, bouzouki in Greece we call the nightclubs that play Greek music and not like clubs that play like foreign music. Bouzouki is where people have this idea that we break plates with
Throw money.
Yeah, which only happens here in LA. We throw money, we throw carnations mostly in Greece. But maybe back in the day, people used to throw
Flowers.
plates and stuff. So they kept that here and
Until it got dangerous.
until it got a little bit.
They replaced it with flowers.
Yeah, it's a little bit less aggressive.
Yeah.
So we have to celebrate our first episode.
And let's hope for the second,
And
right?
yeah. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed. That was Anita, your host, and
Mantha.
thank you for listening or watching. And we hope we see you next time, Mantha.
Yes. Hope to see you again.
Thank you.